Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Habakkuk 30-day journey. We are on day 25, and today we're talking about faith in community. And our scripture today is Hebrews 10:25. Encourage one another and build each other up. Faith was never meant to be lived out alone. God designed us to walk in community. We are created to be with other people. Um, Supporting and strengthening one another in this journey of faith. While personal time with God is essential, spiritual growth thrives when in community. When we are surrounded by other believers who are praying for us, they're challenging us, they are also reminding us of God's truth. And with this, our faith grows stronger. Habakkuk wrestled with deep questions about justice and suffering, but he did not keep his doubts to himself. Instead, he brought them before God in prayer, encouraging in a dialogue of faith. Similarly, when we face questions, struggles, or doubts, we need people around us who will listen, encourage, and help us to process our faith. Hebrews 10:25 reminds us that gathering together is not optional, it's vital. In a world where interdependence and self sufficiency are often glorified, it can be tempting to think we don't need regular fellowship with other believers, but faith is strengthened in community. So, why is faith community so important? First, it encourages, it's encouragement fuel for us. When we feel weak or when we feel discouraged or uncertain, others can lift us up and remind us of God's promises. In addition, we grow through accountability. Other believers help us stay on track. They challenge us in our faith and call us to live with integrity. Prayer and support also strengthen us. When we go through trials, having a supportive community praying for us provides that spiritual and emotional encouragement that we all need. God calls us to serve one another. Being in a community isn't just about receiving support, it's also about giving it. We are called to build others up and help carry their burdens. And you can see that in Galatians 6:2. There are some dangers to isolation. In today's world, it's so easy for us to drift into isolation. Life gets busy, priorities shift, and before we know it, we find ourselves disconnected from meaningful relationships. But isolation also weakens faith. When we withdraw, we lack encouragement and may struggle with doubt. We miss opportunities to grow through wisdom and experiences of others. We become more vulnerable to spiritual attacks, discouragement, and distractions. God calls us to stay connected because faith flourishes when we are deeply rooted in community. So, how to actively engage in your faith community? Find a Christ-centered community. If you don't have a church and you're watching this, feel free to join us at the Mesa Salvation Army on Sundays at 10:45, 9:30 if you want to do Bible study. Whether it's a church, a Bible study, small group, or Christian friendships, surround yourself with people who will encourage your faith. Be intentional in your relationships. Don't just attend a service or a group. Engage in those meaningful connections. Reach out, be present, and invest in others. Offer encouragement. Who in life needs to hear words of hope or support today? We all do, right? A simple text, a prayer, a kind word can lift someone up in ways you may not realize. Be vulnerable and be open. True community happens when we share our struggles, ask for prayer, and let others into our faith journey. Pray with and for others. Prayer is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen relationships and build each other up. So, questions for you. Are you actively involved in a faith community? And is there someone in your life who needs encouragement in their faith today? Can you take a step towards deeper fellowship with other believers? So, as we talk about this faith never meant to be a solo journey, we need to know and remember that we need each other, that encouragement fuels faith, and God works through his people to strengthen and refine and lifting one another up. Let today be a day where you intentionally invest in community, whether by reaching out for support or by being an encouragement to someone else. My prayer for you today is that the Lord help us to be encouragers to others in their faith, that he surrounds us with a godly community that strengthens and builds us up, and that he teaches us to invest in those relationships and draw closer to him. and that he helps us to be a source of support for others. All right. Well, um, that is it for today. Tomorrow we are talking about overcoming fear with faith. And I look forward to talking with you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.